Wisdom Wayne, so insane. Been through shit you can't explain. Wisdom Wayne, so insane. Tell me what is on your brain. Tell me what is on your brain. Yeah. What's up, guys, and welcome back to the Wisdom Wayne podcast. I'm your host, Matt Velvet, and today we're talking about gratitude. I am currently out here in Montana visiting my brother. He is a traveling nurse and currently has a contract out here, so I'm visiting him, and he's at work right now, so I'm just wandering around, enjoying these beautiful views, and yeah, it's pretty amazing. I did try to film this outside in the beautiful nature of Montana, but the wind was pretty strong and it was hard to hear, so we're gonna revert back to the good old car video. So but you can probably still see some of the beautiful view through the window. And as I'm driving through here, there's just so many beautiful scenes and beautiful spots. But it's like those times whenever you see something really beautiful and like the vision you have through your own eyes is like way better than anything you can capture with a camera or anything like that. So I've kind of just been appreciating it in real time and real life, and just taking it all in and keeping it in my memory. I'm really grateful to be here and to have this time to enjoy Montana. I've never been here. I've never really seen this mountain range. I think this is the Rocky Mountains. I've been to Tennessee and North Carolina, South Carolina, Kentucky, all those states quite a few times, and I've seen those mountains, but it's really cool to experience this side of the country. It's just super vast and beautiful. Yeah, you could just like see, if you're listening to the audio of this, you're definitely gonna want to watch the video version as well. Super cool. But yeah, I decided to take a little drive towards this nature trail. But yeah, I kind of wanted to talk about gratitude, and I think it's really apropos that I talk about gratitude while I'm in such a beautiful part of the country. I feel really connected to my spiritual side and to my higher power out here, and I've been really grateful to be able to experience this and have this time to just chill, relax. Everything moves a little slower out here, it seems, which is really nice. I am gearing up to get a job, possibly multiple jobs, we'll see. I have some things in the works, so I think it's cool to have this little bit of time to reflect on this year so far and to think about all the things that have happened, good and bad, and be grateful that I've had this time to kind of just explore and to reflect and to just have all these cool experiences that most people don't really get to have at this stage in their life because they're working nonstop. I haven't been working since January. It is now mid-July, so I've been blessed enough to not have to have a job, which is really cool and something I'm grateful for, which has allowed me the opportunity to spend time in Hawaii, go to LA, San Diego, Mexico, and now I'm in Montana. And along the way I became sober, and yeah, it's just all these different things have been happening. been doing a lot of soul searching, I guess, and trying to do things positive for myself, things that will benefit me later down the road. So yeah, but this period of relaxation and rest and recharging is kind of coming to an end, I think, and I'm ready to get back to work. You know, I feel really recharged, and I'm really grateful to have been able to do all this. I was watching this TikTok of an interview with RuPaul, and he was talking about his journey with sobriety, and he said that he was really grateful for the drugs and alcohol at one point of his life before he found the 12-step program, because it kind of worked as a way of, like, you know, holding him off until he found this program and was able to come to a point of surrender to the obsession. Because what I've kind of learned is, like, the alcohol is not really the problem, it's the obsession you have in your mind. It kind of, like, takes hold of you and runs your life, and the drugs and alcohol just kind of numb it a little bit. So yeah, he was saying he was grateful for the drugs and alcohol because they were able to kind of mask the deep-rooted problem of the obsession, which is kind of what I've been coming to understand with the 12-step program. There's so many different things that go into that program, and for the first couple months I really just had to surrender and kind of just trust these people, trust my sponsor, and trust the book, and at least give it a chance, because I was really desperate at that point. And I think that's the point a lot of people come to before they start the program. But yeah, I'm really grateful for all the bad stuff I've gone through too, because it kind of led me to this really great time in my life, and this unique opportunity I have to help other people who are struggling with the same kind of mental obsessions and addictive personality. So I'm really grateful for that. I like being able to help people, and I wouldn't be able to help people in the way I am right now if I hadn't have gone through all the bad stuff. So yeah, it also adds to my story, you know, and just, you know, kind of makes my life a little more interesting, I guess, because who wants to live a boring life? Not me. So I'm grateful. And if you drink, I shouldn't say like drinking game, but like take a shot every time I say grateful in this video if you drink. That's terrible advice coming from an alcoholic, but whatever, take a shot of water or coffee. Take a shot of espresso every time I say grateful. I don't really know where I'm going right now. I'm still in SOS mode. I have been for about 20 minutes, so I'm just kind of trying to retrace my steps the best I can to get back to my brother's house. So we'll see how that goes, but right now I'm just enjoying this beautiful view. It's pretty incredible. I'm really grateful to be out here. Thinking about things you're grateful for is a really great practice, and something that my first sponsor was really big on. So he would have me send him a list of 10 things I'm grateful for every morning. So it'd be one of the first things I did when I woke up, is create a gratitude list, 10 things I'm grateful for. And when I first got back to Gainesville, I was about a month into my sobriety, and I had been to meetings, I've seen a lot of people in recovery, And so when I came back, there were a lot of things that I used to really take for granted that were on my gratitude list, like having a place to live, having air conditioning in Florida, because summers in Florida are pretty brutal. So being able to have my AC set at like 68 at night is incredible, and 74 during the day. I mean, like, I get really hot really easily. I have to be like freezing and able to be able to sleep at night. So that's something I was really grateful for. And just having a place to live, because when I was in LA, I saw a lot of like people struggling to find a place to live. People were homeless. People didn't have cars. You know, like I came back home and had my car that's paid for, and I'm really grateful for that. I have transportation, I have a place to live, and I also had like a fridge and freezer full of food when I came back, so like I can make a meal and not even have to go to the grocery store first. So that was really nice and really cool. So yeah, I was really thankful for the kind of like basics of life, like things that you need to survive. So that was where I started, and that's a good place to start if you're having trouble finding things you're grateful for, because it's not always easy. Alright, so we're coming to the stop sign. I'm gonna have to read the street signs like in the olden days, because I can't type in on my GPS where to go. So I'm just gonna go towards Dillon, Montana, where my brother lives. But yeah, being grateful for the little things in life is a great place to start, because it's really easy and natural sometimes for us to want to think of more negative things, or think of like things that we're lacking, like what we don't have. We want like the latest and greatest things, you know, like a new car or new clothes, or like for me, like I would love a matte black crocodile Hermes Birkin bag. Like that'd be really cool, but I don't need that. And that kind of gets into like our consumerism society that we live in, which, you know, we're kind of victims of, but we don't have to be. And finding things that you're grateful for every day is a good way to get out of that kind of trap of the consumerism, overconsumption, really, that our society is built upon, especially in the United States. I've fallen victim to it, and, you know, like I've wasted a lot of money on like just frivolous things. And so like being sober is like helping with that too, because when I was using a lot, I would just spend so much money on DoorDash, and sometimes I would be so drunk, drunk and high, that I would pass out and leave the food outside, because I did contactless, like just leave at your door delivery, and I would wake up the next morning with regret and shame that I spent so much money on food to be delivered, and it was just sitting out there and went bad. But the squirrels enjoyed it, so yeah. I would also spend a lot of money on Homescapes, which is kind of like Candy Crush. Really embarrassing, but at one point I was spending like $100 or more a month on that. But I think that kind of falls into the addictive personality category, because it doesn't matter what it is, I can become addicted to just about anything, including mobile app games. So yeah, that's awesome. What else? I spent a lot of money on alcohol, on whiskey. Like, my trips to the liquor store would be like $600 to $800 for bottles that would last me a couple weeks, like a week or two, because I couldn't just drink the bottom shelf stuff, you know. I had become a part of this whiskey world, and I now wanted the latest, greatest whiskeys, and I became really bougie, and I always had money for whiskey, and also marijuana too. I got my medical card and would spend like $300 at a time at the dispensary, like whatever, it's nothing. I always had money for those things, and I wasted a lot of money on those things, and I didn't really need to. I needed to because I was addicted, but I don't have to. Like, clearly I don't. I'm not doing it now. So, yeah. I'm really grateful, though, that I went through that period, because now I can appreciate this sober life even more. Because I can look back and see how bad it was and be like, wow, I've come a long way. So that's really cool. But yeah, I would make my gratitude lists and send them to my sponsor, and it would be really easy for me to like come up with like 5 or 6 things, but those last 4 or 5 would be kind of tough sometimes, so I would really have to think about it. But it was like a really good mental exercise to notice all the things, all the great things that I have in my life, and all the things that I should be grateful for. So I think that's kind of the purpose of it. So if you're wanting to become a more grateful person, then I think that'd be a good way to start, is by doing gratitude lists every morning, thinking of things you're grateful for. Hopefully I get cell service soon, so I can pull up my GPS and get back home. I'm kind of grateful that I'm kind of stranded out here right now, and I kind of just have to use my natural navigation skills that I have, I guess, and not rely on my technology. And it really makes me feel more connected to nature and to the beautiful land that I'm in right now. There's like hardly anyone out here. I'll see a car every like 10 minutes, but yeah, it's pretty cool. And I think it's a good place to talk about gratitude. So if you've made it this far in the video, leave a comment below letting me know what you're grateful for. And maybe, actually, no, make a list of 10 things you're grateful for and comment it below. I would love to see, and I think it would be a great practice for us to do together. So until next time, I am Matt Velvet, and this is the Wisdom Wayne Podcast. We are out here in Montana, but the next time I see you will probably be in Gainesville. So yeah, I'm going to enjoy the rest of this trip, spend time with my brother. Look at that. So gorgeous. I love it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. If you haven't already subscribed to the audio version of the podcast, check me out at the Wisdom Wayne Podcast on Apple and Spotify.